I went to go add the pledge into it, but I couldn't add the pledge into it because the one I added to it this morning disappeared. So I hope you all slept well. I hope you feel good. If you don't know how to feel good, you figure out how to feel good. Now, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Looks like somebody had a party busting bottles out here last night. Heineken bottles, kind of all over the place. My guy's out here picking the bottles up, waiting for me to get to work, open the door. It's all over. And they were busting bottles up against the building. There's more here. More over here, more underneath this vehicle here. You know, when I come through here in the morning, all this is cleaned up. I normally have everything here. Here's more bottles over here. I normally have this whole property cleaned up. Every couple days I come out and mow. Typically I'll do some weed eating in the morning myself before the guys get here. Man, I sent my guy out here yesterday and I said, clean up this side of the building. Go out and mow the grass and stuff like that. He got this whole strip of grass right here he didn't even touch. He looks very uncomfortable with a mower. I think I'm the first person to show him how to use a mower. I don't think he ever used a mower before I showed him how to do it. Got grass over here. Need to be trimmed around that. Missed that whole section right there along. Woo, buddy. I'm gonna tell him today, go back out there and fix it, bro. Look at this. Got one of those rental bikes that you can come up and rent. They do this and they just dump it on the road. Just dump it on the damn road. You can pick these up all over the sidewalk. But anyway, it says I'm electric, right? And what it does is you can scan something here and pay to ride this bike. In the off position, this bike partially locks up the rear and it doesn't let you do anything. It's a pedal bike, but it's all controlled electrically. It's a system called Divvy or whatever. I'm going to get out here and clean up this garbage. And then I'll clean up the front of the building. So I came out and I mowed and edged all this right here, down there. Cleaned it up yesterday. Took all garbage and stuff out of here. And you could tell a clear difference between what I did versus what somebody else does. I know it's different when you're the manager. You want it done like perfectly. Employees, a lot of times, they don't treat it that way. Now I gotta open up the building here. I gotta turn the alarm off. And I ordered these off Amazon, so nobody has to touch the shit they're picking up. I'll go out here and pick up all this garbage real quick. This S8 is back. Another coolant line blew. Down this new looking clamp right there. It's got a turn and it goes back down into a lower hose. So we had to fix that coolant leak. Got to get it all blood this morning, get coolant put back in it. These engines are always blowing coolant lines. This here is that 13 Genesis with the 3.8 liter, the motor knocking like crazy with all the metal and stuff in the oil pan. This new engine from LKQ, it just had busted pieces all over it. We're gonna have to reuse this valve cover. There's a lot of the coolant plastic stuff we're gonna have to reuse that we shouldn't have to. Whoever took this engine apart for a core really is 89,000 miles on it, super clean inside, but they really did a number on this. I mean, they just cut and broke everything on that engine and said to hell with it, getting it apart. Messed up the intake manifold, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, this will be done today. There's a Ford Transit 3.5 EcoBoost. It had a couple things going on. When it did run, it ran real rough. It was because of two things. The fuel pump was going out in it, and this filter right here is completely soaked in water, the whole thing. And it's because the water runs off of the cowl right down onto the air filter box. And what people don't understand is when Ford gives you a kit that dresses up the bottom of it, that directs the water and stuff away and helps, but after a while and debris and stuff in the air fills up that tray where the water drips, it starts getting heavy and it starts falling down, and people don't realize you got to keep it cleaned out. And what ends up happening is they get so heavy the drains fall down and the water starts spilling back over onto the engine filters again. So that had a fuel pump primary circuit issue. Fuel pump was gone, and fuel pump driver module had to get replaced. Air filter had to get replaced, and there was a coolant line that was broken, the overflow line. They're real brittle in them, and they just snap, so that got replaced as well. Then I finally got the Big Brake GT500 kit in for that Mustang GT, but when it came in, one of the rotors were missing. I called the company up and they did some investigating. They're like, oh yeah, it's because we ran out of stock, so we won't be able to get you the other rotor for the Big Brake kit conversion on that until it won't ship out until the 13th, 14th. So now it has to sit here even longer. Right here. There's two boxes. Calipers are on the bottom. Rotors and pads are on the top. And the calipers, they say power stop on them, but they're the same 4-piston Brembos. Same exact kit. For like $700 or $650, $700 versus $3,000. It's the same kit with just different paint and a name on it. It is what it is. Just so you guys know, the Pay It Forward job, the young girl, the 18-year-old girl that has to take care of her two brothers pretty much by herself. The stepdad is helping by letting them live in he's got an extra house that was, I think, was going to be like a rental property or something like that. Ended up being theirs for now. And she works to try to provide for them and make sure that they're going to school and everything. Her vehicle is done. I ended up getting it finished last night. I'm going to have her come pick it up. And yeah, no more coolant leaks, no more nothing. It just sucks, man. The Pontiac GTO that you guys have seen in a few of the videos, yeah, 4L60 started acting up. All of a sudden the guy was going to back up and he was like, it just neutraled out. Just wouldn't had no drive, it had no nothing. There was nothing going on. And he said it just checked the fluid level, and all of a sudden the fluid level just raised like crazy. They get transmission issues, man. You gotta pull that trans out of there and get it sent off to the trans shop and let them look at it. It's time. Especially with it being a 6-liter board 20 over, rotating assembly, everything, tune, headers, all that other stuff. Yeah, it needs to be looked at. So he said, okay, get it sent off. Let's get the transmission guy to come pick it up. So the trans guy came and picked it up, and yeah. That's where we're at with it. That is where we're at with it. trying to think. Do we like this car? Do you guys think that we like this car on the channel? Should I? What do you think? I don't know. Well, that's kind of all for now. I didn't want this to be too crazy this morning. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to send my other guy out there and finish doing the weed eating and fix what my guy that I told to go out there and do it didn't do. And then have a talk with him when he comes in about expectations, and when you're sent to do something, you got to follow through and finish it. Take pride in your work. That kind of conversation. But anyhow, be blessed. I love y'all. And I'll see you later.